Vacation Rental Machine helps hosts just like you learn how to start, grow, and scale your short-term rental business. This show is all about creating systems that help you automate your business, giving you more time and money freedom. If you're ready to start living the vacation rental life, then subscribe to this podcast today. Come and join us on our Facebook group, The Host Nation, where we'll be talking about starting, automating, and scaling a short-term rental business. Now, on to the show. Hey, what is going on, Host Nation? To another episode of Vacation Rental Machine. I'm Julian Sage with John Bell, and today we are talking about Airbnb's new action required for hosts with the Airbnb cleaning protocol. So we've been talking about this Airbnb cleaning protocol and them requiring hosts to have a certain standard that they're trying to implement. They had this new thing where you could list your property as being, that you're following this cleaning protocol, and Airbnb would put that on your profile. Now they're requiring every host on the platform to register and comply with these rules, and if they don't follow it or they don't approve, they will be kicked off the platform. So John, if you wouldn't mind running through what are these different steps, does this change anything with how hosts should be operating their business?
Well, this is actually Airbnb's second attempt to kind of get out there. For the hosts that were in the system and hosting guests a few weeks before, they had us take a little short quiz. And that quiz basically asked us to do almost the exact same things, or basically follow some guidelines just on how to clean. What they have done in this go around is, I guess they tried to simplify it just a little bit more by adding these 5 steps. And to start these 5 steps, they start out with one, which was prepare. And in this step, you're pretty much preparing how you're going to clean the place. You're going to have all the right cleaning supplies ready to go before even entering the place. And then that flows right into step 2, which is where you clean the place. Step 3 is actually the sanitize step. And I believe this is what actually has shifted around from the first time Airbnb shifted things around, where now you're doing your sanitize step. Then you're going to go over your checklist in step 4, which is pretty much all your pre-clean and your cleaning checklist. And then finally, you get to the reset phase, which is where your cleaners set up the place, just like the photos that you've taken for your listing.
So nothing too major has changed. You are going to be cleaning, sanitizing, being aware of what to do. One of the other requirements that they said is that if you're going to be interacting with guests, you have to wear a mask. So this is all kind of just like, thinking about the other people, making sure that you are disinfecting high touch areas. Again, doorknobs, remotes, stuff like that. We want to be able to keep things sanitized. Like we said before, if you have welcome guest books, it might be a good time now to replace those for electronic. Of course, we'll include a link down below where you can get the Hostfully digital guidebooks. There's a few others out there, but this is just the one that we recommend. It's down in the description box. But really, what they're also making people do is they're basically saying, if you don't comply, if you don't follow these, then you'll be taken off the platform. Does that cause anything with you, John? Do you think that this is a problem, or does this affect you personally?
No, just because we all should be cleaning to these standards at this point. So it really shouldn't be a big hindrance on what we're doing. And if we're hiring contractors to clean our place, we need to make sure that they're at least abiding by this as well. I mean, you're the one at risk because you have the property listed, of course. So you want to make sure that they know that they need to actually do whatever the platform is asking you to do. And it doesn't hurt. I mean, this really helps across the board. And even on HomeAway VRBO, they have a certain questionnaire for all their listings now to basically say, hey, they're clean to a certain standard as well. And they want to know exactly what you're doing, whether you're not allowing a check-in within 24 to 48 hours. And if you're sanitizing or cleaning the place, just the exact same way. So we should expect to see this across the board. But because we know Airbnb is the dominant platform, we want to make sure that everybody is aware of this. And I think they have a deadline for acceptance of this. And if you don't accept it by November 20th, you will be kicked off the platform. So keep that in mind. Read through the instructions. It's super simple. It's just a few clicks, this to go around, and no quiz.
Yeah, I think a lot of the frustration that we're just hearing in the community is kind of that backlash towards Airbnb. Airbnb saying, hey, you are not, you have to do these things, or you have to do this. And a lot of hosts are feeling that frustration where it's like, hey, I just want to be able to operate my property and market it on Airbnb. I don't want Airbnb telling me what to do. Do you have any negative or resentment towards Airbnb, John, or do you think that this is a way that people should be thinking, or is it just all personal opinion? What are your thoughts about this?
In this regard, there's really no bad feelings from me towards Airbnb because I mean this is kind of the new world, the new cleaning standard. Technically, even after this is over, I think I'll still clean to this standard, just because it's not out of the realm of something that all should expect. I mean, knowing that a place has been fully sanitized, everything is that you would touch within your stay has been, sprayed by some type of disinfectant. That helps just feel comfortable inside of a foreign space. So nothing here to really kind of be angry about. And again, like I said, it's kind of going across all platforms. We should expect it everywhere. So not a big problem.
Yeah, I think what Airbnb is really trying to do right now is that, there's a stigma with, people hosting homes. There's a lot of non-professionals out there and a lot of people that are maybe just listing a property, they're maybe not taking things too seriously. And if you're going to be letting people come into your property and you're not taking things seriously, if you're not thinking about, the guest and how you're interacting with them, I mean, a lot of that Airbnb is such a renowned name. Everybody knows, they call it Airbnbs. It's not short-term rentals or vacation rentals anymore. It's Airbnbs. So, with that stigma, they need to try to protect themselves. And they're trying to do that by saying like, hey, we need you guys to have a certain standard, very much like the hotels have a cleaning standard, but they need to try to have hosts do that. So really what we should be thinking as professionals is, shifting from that, I'm just a host part-time, let me make some money to, how can I make this a business? Because it is a business when you're letting people stay in your property. If someone does get sick and that's your fault, they might, we don't know. I haven't seen anything like this happen, but there could be a potential of someone suing you saying, hey, I was at your property. It wasn't disinfected right. There was something on the counter, or it looks like, I saw a bunch of smudges, and they could try to claim against Airbnb saying this person wasn't complying. And that's where I see that issues could come up and that people could be taken off the platform, where Airbnb will try to say, hey, everybody needs to have the standard. And if you didn't follow the standard, then you will be taken off the platform, or your listing removed or something like that, as opposed to, just getting a negative, 1-star review. 1-star reviews on cleanings really shouldn't ever be happening anymore unless, someone just doesn't show up or someone's not doing anything. But that really does fall on the host as opposed to Airbnb.
Yeah, I would say in that same strand, I mean, our guests are actually believing that Airbnbs are safer and cleaner than the hotels. So this just furthers that point, and like you said, add some standardization to just all the listings as a whole, so people's expectations can be met in this category. So that's all a good thing.
Right. So, question of the day: what do you think about this new Airbnb cleaning standard? We'll include a link down below with to the Airbnbs and all their steps, so you can read that for yourself down in the description box. But question of the day: what do you think of Airbnb's new cleaning required standard? Leave it in the comment section down below. Of course, go to the Host Nation Facebook group. Let us know your thoughts in there as well. And until next time, Host Nation, keep on hosting. If you'd like John and I to answer your guys' questions, then be sure to go to the Host Nation Facebook group and use hashtag AskVRM. Hope you hosts found value in this episode. If you did, please go on over to iTunes and leave us a review, as that would greatly support the show. If you'd like to connect with John, the community, and I, then go on over to our Facebook group, the Host Nation. Talk to you hosts in the next episode. Keep on hosting.